I built a CLA45 AMG for $2,000, and everyone told me it was impossible. Here's the thing though, they're half right. $2,000 will not add a single horsepower to this car. But spent in the exact right order, it turns a fast daily driver into something that turns heads, sits perfectly, and stops like it means it. Stick around, because the real total at the end is not the number I promised you, and I'll show you exactly where it lands. Let's set the table. This is the W117 CLA45, the 2016 to 2019 cars, now sitting between 25 and 38 grand used. Under the hood is the M133, a hand-assembled 2-liter turbo 4 that was the most powerful production 4-cylinder in the world when it dropped. 375 horsepower, all-wheel drive, a 7-speed dual clutch. This is not an underdeveloped car. And that's the whole problem with a budget build. $2,000 is not transformation money on a platform this sophisticated. It's refinement money. Anyone claiming they turned one into a track weapon for $2,000 is either lying or skipping maintenance that'll bankrupt them later. So before you spend $1 on looking cool, the car has to be mechanically sound. And on this platform, that starts with the transmission. The 7G dual clutch is the CLA45's most vulnerable component. Owners who skip fluid changes and beat on the car report gearbox trouble at 60 to 80,000 miles. If your car is over 40,000 miles with no documented fluid service, budget $200 to $300 for that fluid before anything else. Do not put a diffuser on a car with a dying gearbox. That's not a build, that's denial. The rest of the foundation is cheap and non-negotiable. NGK Ilcar 7L11 Iridium plugs, about 15 to 20 bucks each, 65 to 80 for a set of 4. The M133 runs brutal cylinder pressures and eats plugs faster than a normal engine, so this is genuinely the cheapest horsepower you can buy. A K&N drop-in filter, part number 33, 3005, around $55 to $65, and a brake fluid flush with model RBF 600, 25 bucks, with a wet boiling point of 185 Celsius. That last one matters, because you cannot upgrade brake pads without fresh fluid to handle the heat. Now the centerpiece, and this is where most of your money goes on purpose. Wheels and tires. $900 to $1,100. If you cut corners here to save money for a tune, you have made the single worst decision available to you at this budget. This is the one modification that changes how the car looks, feels, and drives all at once. Everything else is a supporting act. Your specs are locked. The CLA45 uses a 5x112 bolt pattern that's non-negotiable and a 66.6mm hub bore. Factory is 18-inch on 235/40 R18. My pick if you can swing it is the Enkei RPF1 and 18x9.5 ET38, around 175 to 220 per wheel. It's one of the lightest, most respected performance wheels ever made, roughly 16 to 18 pounds, which drops unsprung weight and sharpens both acceleration and braking. On a tighter budget, the Motegi MR116 and 18 to 8.5 ET35 runs about 120 to 160 a corner and still looks purposeful. And if you want to go somewhere mass market wheels just can't, that's where threepiece.us comes in. Stretch the budget a few $100s, and their Fitment database helps you dial in offset, lip depth, and concavity on a custom 3-piece setup that's genuinely unique to your car. That's a rabbit hole for the guy who wants his CLA45 to look like nobody else's. For everyone else, the RPF1 does the job beautifully. For tires, the smart money pick is the Continental SportContact Sport Euro 2 in 235/40 R18, about 120 to 155 each, 480 to 620 a set. It's consistently ranked the best performance tire per dollar, with excellent dry grip and respectable tread life. Want Michelin Pilot Sport 4S instead? They're better, but at 150 to 190 a tire, you'll have to steal budget from somewhere else. And if track days are in the plan, the Falcon Asinus RT6060 leans hard toward grip, but it's noisier and wears faster. Pick the Conti unless you have a reason not to. Suspension. Here's where people torch their build. At $2,000 total, you cannot afford coilovers on this platform. Do not buy the $400 no-name set off Amazon. Cheap coilovers with garbage damping will ride like a shopping cart, chew through tires and wheel bearings, and compromise you in an emergency. The right move is springs on the factory AMG dampers, which are already sport-tuned. H&R Sport Springs, 250 to 320, drop you about 1 inch to 1.5 inches. eBuck Pro Kit is the equally legit alternative. Both keep the car livable, and the second you install those springs, you owe the car an alignment. $150 to $200, 4 wheels, at a shop that knows AMG. Skip it to save cash and you'll eat through 235 section performance tires that cost you $120 to $190 each. Burning a set of tires to dodge a $150 alignment is not saving money. It's the dumbest false economy in this entire build. Brakes are your feel upgrade. EBC Yellowstuff front pads, $90 to $120, bite hard from cold, and resist fade far better than the stock AMG pads. If you're not tracking it, Hawk HPS pads are a slightly gentler, equally legit alternative. Then add stainless braided lines from Goodridge or Spiegler, $150 to $200 for a full set. The factory rubber lines balloon under pressure and give you that mushy pedal. Braided lines kill the flex and firm everything up. Whatever you do, do not buy economy pads on a 375 horsepower car. The cost difference is $40. The performance difference is huge. The finishing touches are almost free. An OEM-style rear diffuser, $80 to $150, but avoid the cheapest overseas junk because the fitment is trash and the finish dies fast. Gloss black badges, $30 to $60. Huge visual payoff for pocket change. And here's the smart one nobody does in the right order. A pre-cut XPL or 3M paint protection film kit for the front bumper, $80 to $130. Put it on before you lower the car, because that low front lip is a rock chip magnet, and a full bumper re-spray runs $800 to $1,200. Now the temptation you have to resist, the tune. The M133 loves Boost, and Cobb Weistek and others sell ECU solutions. But a tune alone runs $600 to $900, nearly half your budget, and without an upgraded intercooler, intake, and downpipe, you're leaving gains on the table and stressing stock parts. The factory intercooler and downpipe are known restrictions. Tuning at this budget is the wrong priority, full stop. Save it for phase 2. So here's the honest total. Springs, quality wheels, sticky tires, better brakes, fresh fluids, and the cosmetics land you between $2,000 and $2,700 if you DIY the small stuff. Yeah, the real number can creep past $2,000. That's the payoff I promised, and honesty is why you trust me. Who's this for? The owner who wants a sharper, meaner, better stopping daily. Who's it not for? Anyone chasing horsepower because this build adds 0. And anyone who prioritizes ride comfort because springs on stock dampers ride firmer on rough roads. Do this first, get the foundation right, and phase 2 with a tune, intake, and downpipe adds 40 to 60 wheel horsepower on a car that deserves it. Go check threepiece.us for the fitment before you buy a single wheel, and tell me which setup you'd run down in the comments.